in the wood yard. It's a miserable, wet, rainy, sloshy, sloppy day, but the work has to happen, so we did work. So yesterday we worked on moving all the logs around and getting them all ready for loading. You should have seen that video. So we got the logs over there ready to go. I got the processor in place. The dry ones are here, the wet ones are there. We got the aspen or popple over there, and we got another pile over there. So all that's ready to go. We're going to process that in a couple days. I was going to cut all this up today, this morning. All this little tiny stuff, I was going to cut that up with the chainsaw, get it done. But it started raining about 20 minutes ago, and it's supposed to rain hard the rest of the day. So I got here this morning, my brother and I got here, and we loaded up this just now. You saw that. And what we did is we're eating into the piles. So we've got a cone here, and a cone there, and a cone here, but we had a big swell here where it connected. And generally what happens is if you have it connect, that's where you're going to get mold because it can't breathe all the way around. And there's a little bit of mold. If you look right there, you can see a little bit on some of the stuff that's on the ground. There's another one starting to get some mold. Not terrible, but I really don't want it to get moldy. And that's one of the bad things about putting wood on the ground is it can mold on you. We did this when it was snowing, so this wood was wet when we put it in here. It's not totally dry. Barkless oak. It was about 50% dry, so it needs to sit here probably for a few months before it'll dry. And we've got these cones set up so that they're all pretty close together, as you can see. And that's probably what we're going to do over there. Now over there, we were just talking, I think what we're going to do is I'm going to put down pallets. I'm going to bring a bunch of pallets, and underneath the elevator we're going to probably do 3 wide and then make like an arch so it goes the same as what the elevator will do, because the elevator swings 60 degrees. So we're going to be able to put 10, 12, 13, 14 full cords in a big pile on pallets. So we'll be off the ground, which is great. Now this is sandy soil, so it drains really well, not too bad. But as I was digging in over on this side, this pile here and here, these were almost like connected, like one big pile. So I've been digging into here, trying to get through there, and eventually I'll dig that through because I want space all the way around like you see this, so that it can breathe. And so right here, I want to open this up too. So eventually I'll dig this out of here, haul that away, and then these can stay and we'll finish this one. But here's what I found on the bottom. So out of that whole load, so that's a full cord and a third is what's in there, 4 face cords. These are the ones I threw out. As you can see, they're moldy. Not terrible, but a little bit of mold, and they were only the ones that were like right on the bottom in there. So you can see here, it's that fluffy white kind of, almost like it's almost like I don't know what you just like marshmallow kind of stuff. So a few of them had some mold growing on them here. You can see there, that one's pretty bad. So I just threw those on the ground. That'll dry up. It'll still burn fine. But I do know most people don't want to bring mold into their house. It's the white mold, which isn't bad. Black mold is what's bad. And generally, I don't get black mold on wood. Now, obviously, some of you are going to say, well, how come you didn't put them right into bins? Well, because I needed to get this wood done. And we knew this was sandy soil, and I thought it would be no big deal because I know other people do this and they don't have an issue. So that's why. Now red oak specifically is one of the kinds of wood that molds more than others. I think the lens is getting some water on. I'll wipe you guys off here. That make it better or worse? Probably worse. I'm getting kind of soaked here because it's been raining pretty hard. So yeah, the white mold isn't terrible. Black is bad. You get some orangey kind of stuff. But people don't want it in their house. I don't blame them one bit. Boiler wood people probably could care less. Like my brother said, well, I don't care if it's moldy. I said, well, what's going to happen then is as we go through these piles over the next 4 or 5 months, as I haul it away or sell it or take it back, I will probably just leave the moldy ones like this on the ground. And that's going to be his boiler wood. He's going to get some boiler wood. That's what's going to happen. So if all of this wood here, if I end up with a face cord or two, you know, a third of a cord, 2/3 of a cord of mold, he can have it. And he'll burn it. So it won't be it's not going to be a loss. It's just that I won't be able to sell it. I could sell it, but I don't really want to. So we're going to continue opening these up here, and then I'll come over here and show you this one. If I can get through here without dying. This one here, we already opened up right there. So we got that so it can breathe, and I'll clean this up a little better. This one I already opened up. This one here I want to get opened up, so I want to get this wood away from this pile. This is all red oak. This pile over here is everything. There is ash in there. There is some aspen in there, popple. There's some red pine in there. There's some white pine in there. There is some oak in here. There is walnut in here. So box elder. It's got a little bit of everything. But this pile, what I plan on doing is I plan on pushing it with my tractor, with the bucket, fluffing it over, and then eventually I will pick all this out of here because there's a lot of debris in there. So you can see there's tons of debris. This was just all pushed up in a pile over the time. You can see all the debris in there. So this is not going to dry really good. Here's a chunk of walnut right here. See the walnut in there. But this will dry, but not really well. And I think it'll probably mold on the bottom because it's got so much cover to it. And again, that's probably got snow down in the bottom because it's all been buried there for a couple months now. Even though it's springtime, I wouldn't be surprised at all if there's some ice or snow on the bottom. So all these piles, I want to get them so they're like this, but there's nothing touching them around them, and they will dry fine. And like I said, I might get a little bit of mold. It won't be the end of the world. It'll still burn, and if I get a little bit of it, my brother's going to get some free wood for helping me, which is perfectly fine. So like you can see here, all this looks really nice. There's no mold on this. Even this one, when I cleaned this one out, this was fine. The first mold we found was right here between these two big piles. The big piles where the water can drain down in there and it doesn't breathe. So you want to keep your piles, I think, whenever I see guys that are doing cones in their firewood yards, they never have them touching each other, and they never have them be much more than what their elevator will reach, which is, you know, maybe 8-10 feet. I would say, yeah, these are 8-9 feet, something like that high. I don't know if you can see how high that is as I walk around here. It's as high as it will go with the elevator that we had on the old machine. This I still want to open up in here and get it so that we can go all the way around. All this stuff that's out on the grass, I'm going to pick this up and throw it up on top of the pile because I want to have it be as much of a sheer wall as possible, like this over here, so that the stuff kind of goes up straight, not so much at an angle or have it all fanned out here. I want to get it, you know, the stuff that's on the ground over there off here. You can see we started to open up that one. So that is the plan, to do it that way. It's really the only way that I could do it here. I probably could have brought pallets and put them down, and that's what we're going to do in the future. So the lesson of the day is wood on the ground can get moldy, especially red oak. It does happen, but like I said, it's not the end of the world. Okay, now we're going to go back. I'm going to haul this load back later this afternoon, and I'm going to be stacking it, probably not today, probably tomorrow morning, because it's supposed to get darker and darker and rain more and more. We're supposed to get like an inch of rain today, so it'll be sloppy here. So, and then in 2 days, I'm going to come back, and Tony's going to be here. I think my brother Ken is coming, Ed is coming, and we might have a couple other guys stopping in. We're going to be running the new processor because they all want to play with it. They want to see it. I got a guy that's interested in buying a Blockbuster B18. He is a landscaper, and he does, I should say he's not a landscaper, he's an arborist. He's a climber, but he also has a crane. He does a lot of arborist work, and he wants to get a B18 and start making use of all the wood that he's been giving away over the years, because he's got a place that he could actually do that. So he wants to come and run it and take a look at it too. He already told Jake at Blockbuster that he wants one. So he's kind of already committed that he's going to order one, but he wanted to run it just to be sure, because he likes the idea of the machine. He's been really good with his money and business, buying really good machinery and getting a lot of really good jobs. So there you go. I am soaking wet. I'm cold. It's about 50 degrees right now. It's supposed to get down to 34 tonight. So winter's trying to come back again, I guess. All right, we're going to go take this, and tomorrow I'm going to be stacking this. You're going to see that right now.